Let me ask you this. What time do you wake up, like, to come to work? To come here?
To work?
Mm-hmm.
I wake up at 10:30.
In the morning?
Mm-hmm.
Dang, are you tired, like, right now?
Not really.
You know what I noticed? That ever since, let's see, Friday was my last day of work where I, like, had to work on a set schedule. But ever since I started, like, getting, and I better say this before, whenever I used to work for my other jobs, I had to wake up at 5:30 or 5:45 in the morning, depending on if I needed to pack clothes for my other job. And, like, my alarm would wake me up, and then I would go to work, and I wouldn't get to bed till, like, maybe midnight. So ever since I started, like, turning off my alarm and just sleeping whenever I was tired and waking up whenever my body told me, like, naturally you should wake up, instead of, like, having to sleep according to my job and alarm clock and just did it naturally, I feel so much better. And I like can pinpoint, like, that's why. Like, my body feels better and my thoughts feel better. And I don't know. I just think that is so weird. Like, pretty much 95% of adults probably wake up by their alarm clock. And I don't think
sucks.
that's good.
I hate whenever I hear like something that even sounds like an alarm clock, I immediately get like kind of pissed. Just like, this is like the worst noise ever.
I know, but it's weird that whatever reason, and that I never really looked into this, maybe like to heal, or I really don't know why we have to sleep and why we have to dream. I heard of a bunch of different theories on it, but I haven't heard one that I really like yet. But for whatever reason, you need to sleep and you need to dream. So I don't think it's good that so many people are being waken up like unnaturally. It's a natural process, and people are cutting it off short.
And I mean, if you sleep without an alarm clock for long enough, because I used to not even have an alarm clock when I was in high school, but every day I'd wake up at the same time. It was like my internal clock, just like,
oh yeah,
my dream would end and I'd wake up and it'd be like the same, around the same time. I mean, not minute for minute, but you know,
but
like
close.
Yeah, it was between like 6:15 and 6:30. I'd be like up and getting ready.
It's crazy.
It's weird, but I don't know. I just think people rely too much on other things. Like,
I mean, I guess hey, if you need to get to work on time and you know you need to support your family, then you're gonna go ahead and wake up for the alarm clock.
yeah,
But it's weird.
the alarm clock though, people mess with it. If you hit the snooze button too many times, which a lot of people do, they'll like set it forever, like 5 minutes or whatever. But that's really unhealthy because like every time your alarm goes off, you've just re-entered, like, if you fall back asleep, you've just re-entered, like, the first stage of sleep.
Yeah.
And then you wake up, and then you re-enter the first stage of sleep again. And then your snooze button goes off, and you have to turn it off again, and you're awake, and then you have to go back. So you're never, like, doing one full sleep cycle.
Yeah.
And you just make yourself more and more tired from, like, having to wake up and go back to bed. So I think that's what people's mistakes are a lot of the time. If you're going to get up, you got to get up and, like, start moving around.
But yeah, work tells you to do one thing, and your body's telling you to do the other thing.